Video games, TV time, even the internet. They're all things that are keeping our kids inside and sitting still. Tonight, the American Academy of Pediatrics has issued a new report about the effects of 21st century media on our kids' weight. And it's not just about a lack of exercise. Joining me in studio right now to talk more about this, Dr. Thomas Peterson. He's a pediatrician with Helen DeVos Children's Hospital. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're talking about childhood obesity. We've been talking about it for years. It's a big concern in our society. And we know that when kids sit around a lot, they're at risk for becoming obese. But there's also a big impact when it comes to advertising. How does that play a role in childhood obesity?
Well, I think this was a very bold statement put out recently by the American Academy of Pediatrics. And I think sometimes you come to a point where the research just keeps building up over and over and over for years. We see the obesity epidemic growing every day, and eventually they just need to put out a statement like this. There is a significant amount of research put into the fact that the direct advertising through especially through television advertising for junk foods and for fast foods has gone up in the last few years, especially to early preschool children and to all ages of children.
It really becomes an opportunity, I think, for parents to talk about what they're seeing, you know, on some of these advertisements. Is that some advice that you give to parents that you talk to? Let's, talk about the advertising. Let's talk about what you're seeing. Do you think it leads to it in your experience?
Oh, absolutely. I think there are a couple different approaches. One approach has to be from the effect of advertising, the limitation from the advertising community, and even from the government components. But what we also have to do is educate the parents. And parents play a key role in this effort. One, they need to limit their kids' exposure to TV. TV is the most sedentary activity that we know of. They usually have poor nutrition foods when they're eating and snacks when they're eating TV, and they also have the excessive amount of advertising to them. So if parents can decrease it, we recommend nothing or no TV access under 2 years old. From that time on, less than 2 hours a day.
Okay.
They should also educate their kids on advertising from early child ages on, and they should also be models themselves, because this is a very modeled behavior. And if we know that kids are 6 times more likely to be active if their parents are active.
That's right. And also, it's a battle, but I know one of the recommendations too is to take the TV and the computer out of the bedroom.
Absolutely.
For them, because they'll just spend all their time there.
Absolutely. They found even more and more research on that. We want to limit the time that kids are exposed to the TV of less than 2 hours a day, but get them out of their bedrooms. It's not only shown that they have more access to the videos and the advertising and so on, but there's new research coming out showing that if they watch TVs and videos shortly before they go to bed, they have more trouble sleeping, which leads to a higher risk of obesity also.
Okay. Dr. Peterson, thank you so much for joining us from Helen DeVos Children's Hospital tonight. We appreciate your thoughts.
Thank you for having me.